What them a go do ya now? NEWLINK and the attack now. Bring a old trendsetter. NEWLINK.
Now in this time of people, I know you're staying home and people are wondering where are going to get that money? Oh my, well so easy, so done. Now is the time. By simple doing, simple advertisement, oh you can make so much money. And now NEWLINK just going to show you how. I'm going to leave some link below the video. You can click on those links and it will to where you can make those money. I'm telling you, plenty money. George Williams to sue state after 50 years in prison. Yeah man, what you mean? Me not wrong him. Taxpayers could be forced to pay huge sums in compensation to George Williams, the 71-year-old who had spent 50 years in custody without a trial. Williams, who is mentally ill, was facing one count each of murder, malicious destruction of property, and wounding with intent. Charges stemming from an incident in 1970. He was arrested and charged with the killing of a Canadian man during a violent attack on the man's family while they were drove through his hometown of Ivy District in St. Catherine. The then 20-year-old was declared unfit to plead and remained in custody until his release last month. Carla Golota, Executive Director of Stand Up for Jamaica, a human rights non-governmental organization which was instrumental in the release of Williams, said the Jamaican state will be asked to compensate him. The government will have to pay a huge amount of money, she said. The amount is according to the law. I didn't do the calculation, but it is millions of dollars. He has a right to compensation. This is on the grounds that he was detained for a time that is longer than the period he was supposed to be detained for. That is 50 years, she said. Meanwhile, the human rights activist said she met with Commissioner of Corrections, Lieutenant Colonel retired Gary Rowe on Monday, and he shared a list of persons who have been in custody for a long time without being tried. She said that her organization is determined to have those persons released from custody as well. The list we were shown by the commissioner has people in prison for 35 years, 40 years, etc. There are 7 persons in prison for 44 years. I am also looking at ones that are sick. Some of them are not independent anymore. They cannot take care of themselves. I am fully in agreement that the prison is not the right place for them to be. There are 146 similar cases to George Williams. The mentally ill persons in prison is between the range of 300 and 350. That is huge. What happened to the attorneys who should assist the clients? What happened to the DPP office? What happened to the courthouses? She questioned. None of the various stakeholders have been performing their duties fully. For George Williams, we are applying for compensation. The government will have to pay a huge amount of money, and he will do the same thing for all of them. They deserve to be compensated. So, viewers and subscribers, to be honest, right, now I'm really reading this story. You get me, I say, and sharing this story with you. And to look at it, George Williams is suing the state right now, and which they are saying taxpayers, you understand, going to pay this large sum of money, which they stated is millions of dollars. And they said George Williams was behind bars from 1970, now it's 2020, so he was there from like he was 20 as a year. He spent 50 years there. And for the murder of a Canadian national. Zine? Well, why without a trial, so they never have a trial, they just put him and detain him and leave him there. So which they should have a trial, you know what I mean? But I'm saying I can't say if he did do that crime, people, and I can't say if he did not. But what I'm gonna say is, and I'm gonna be truthful and rightful, if this man do take somebody's life at the age of 20, murdering somebody, you know what I mean, not sure what the reason, but if he murdered somebody innocently, people, he deserves to be in prison. No joke about it, right? But if it was a self-defense situation where, you know what I mean, things do happen, he do serve time and he deserve a fair trial and, you know what I mean, should not have been spent 50 years in there, because, you know what I mean, if it's self-defense in certain way. But if he brutally murder a man, say, for robbery or anything like that, or something, people, come on, he deserve time. See, and no taxpayer should be eligible to pay no money to this man. But I'm saying, people, if he literally do it, I don't check, man, he deserve time. And I'm looking into this, people. I have known where many innocent men are behind bars, you know what I mean? And in those times in the 1970s, it was really wicked. Because worse than they accuse you and say you do something, especially to a Canadian citizen or anybody like that, people, it's going to be a big problem on your shoulder. Time like those was really tough and hard, you know what I mean? So I'm just saying, people, honestly, they never have a trial. So that's the full reason why, you know what I mean, he should have been released, and he deserved to be released, because they never have a trial, they never do no check or anything, no research to see what really happened. They just come, boom, detain him, now he's mentally ill. So in a point like now, in this situation now, people, he do deserve compensation, because this man is not fit to work, you know what I mean? Who is going to take care of himself? He's 71 years old right now, and he missed out on all of his, the man missed out on his life. He missed out on his life from your 20 until you're 71. You have to be crazy, people. That must lick him chip, must lick him head. You know what I mean? He can't find reality. He's back in reality right now, but he can't find it. His brain can't find it. You know? So all I'm saying is, he do deserve compensation, and he do deserve to live the best life as he can right now. The best life. If he can get the chance of getting a passport and get a trip to go overseas, you know what I mean, go see what it's like over there, get a plane flight, go on a cruise, you get me, I say, go on some boatings out, you know, just live some life where any natural man who is in their early 20s, their 40s, their 50s, you see how much life this man missed out on, you know what I mean? But I'm saying, people, this, you know, is if he did do this crime that he done in self-defense. You get me? But if he literally murder a man innocently, violently, you get me, I say? Come on. Cause it is fair. Just like now, if a man do a crime right now, you know, and a man kill a man, what we are going to say? Him for dead. Him not deserve to go to prison. That's what we're going to say, right? If we know him literally do a crime. Don't it? But I'm saying, if he, in itself, was in self-defense, maybe that man attack him certain way and he have to defend himself and certain things, or they was trying to kill him or trying to do him something and he defend himself and wish it caused the life of that man, which I'm sorry for the loss, even though it's 50 years ago, it's a very long time, you know what I mean? But in the end, people, all I can say, if he do it, he don't deserve nothing from the government. And be honest, if he did do it, take somebody's life innocently, he don't deserve nothing from the government and nothing from the taxpayers. It's truth and it's right. You get me, I say? But if he, get me? But he didn't get the trial, which you can't know if he did or not. So in the time now, he do deserve compensation, because the system was really corrupt back then. Really corrupt and terrible. And a lot of prisoners who been detained during those period of time, they never make it them dead. Plenty of them. And all of this starts troubling up people from the other brother. They died the other day in prison. You know, understand? All of it starts to up there. And I hear that in this month, sometime down in this month, in July now, they have some more persons who are there for like over 40 years, and they're going to be released as well, which, you know what I mean? Because they never get no trial and things. So the system was really corrupt and terrible back then, to be honest. Really. But George Williams, I wish you the best. You know what I mean? In yourself, you know you was self-defense or anything like that, and you know your conscience or whatever. Sometimes people being accused of crime, they're not even done, people. Because maybe he was accused of something that he not even do it, but he never get a trial. You know, he can be in a case where he never do the crime, you know. It can be somebody else who do the crime and them just come, boom, detain him. 50 years behind bar innocently. Oh my word, oh my precious NEWLINK. That's wickedness, see? That's cruelness, see? One life I get, you know. And imagine I spend 50 years there behind bars. 50 years. How much people live to see 50 years, people? Nowadays, come like your hard to live even say 40 years or 30 years. And you do 50 years behind bar innocently. Just imagine how much they could have given me $100 billion people. That can't mean but nothing. Worse when me head lick me head chip. Come on, man. But at the end of the day, people I always say, there's Almighty who sees and know everything. And that's all I can say every day. And I can tell anybody that, we all have to live in a world right now where we know and believe that there's Almighty. Because if we should just live in a world right now, people will just think about today and tomorrow and just think we're just going to live and live like that and nothing going to happen. You know what I mean? That we're not going to pay for sins that we have committed on earth, or we're just going to live and we die and then other generations. Come on. The time is coming and the Almighty is coming. So is it you believe or you believe not? Or you want to think yes or no? But remember, the Almighty is coming and we all have to pay for the sins that we have committed. Remember, NEWLINK tell you that. So you don't know the thing of viewers and subscribers, no? This is NEWLINK from NEWLINK Production, man. And you don't know we say attacking and enough love and enough respect in the people. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe now and hit that notification bell icon so as NEWLINK drop a video, you will get them. And follow me on Instagram, NEWLINK_production official. Follow me on Facebook, NEWLINK Production. On Twitter, NEWLINK Production. And just peace in the people. And love and respect and attack. Be good, be great. Love your brothers, love your sisters. Stay safe. George Williams, wish you the best unto you and your family. Peace out. Attack.